Jack, thanks a lot for your time. Match abandoned, sadly, but inevitable.
Yeah, we saw the forecast earlier on, obviously very frustrating not to get out there, but a sensible decision, I guess.
Takes you to Saturday. Better forecast, I think. Against Glamorgan, I think they finished bottom of the table last season, but will they be a bit stronger this year, do you think?
They did, but we don't look too much into that. We've played some good games over them over the last few years. I think the year before they may have made the semi-finals, so we're not going to underestimate them. We're going to look to turn up, put in our own performances and hopefully come away with a win.
How can you adapt, given that this is abandoned and given that you've only just finished a Bob Willis Trophy match? In these next sort of couple of days, how can you practice, how can you prepare for the game on Saturday?
Obviously the time is quite short, but it's more mentally preparing. We've given guys clear roles of what they're going to do. Everyone's raring to go and get stuck into it, so I don't think it's a huge issue, and again it's the same for all teams.
I read a preview of this season's Blast competition. So many good teams in it, but for Gloucestershire it said quite often written off, often wrongly. Is that how you see it as well, that you've got a really good strong team and actually a very good chance this year?
Yeah, without a doubt. We've got a fantastic squad. We've got all bases covered. We don't see ourselves as one of the weaker teams. If we can pitch up and put in what we can do, we know we can go a long way in the competition.
Captain as well. I mean, Michael Klinger, a real sort of iconic figure here in what he's done for this club and the way he sort of carried himself on and off the field. Big shoes to fill. Yeah,
definitely. Maxi was he was a great leader, great player, and an amazing bloke. So it's big shoes to fill, but again, it's something I'm looking forward to the challenge and put my own stamp on things and get stuck in.
How will you look to do that?
Just giving guys real clarity surrounding roles, and we do that, we're going to put ourselves in a good position.
How does it affect you as a player? Do you have a lot more thinking to do? Do you have to be careful in terms of switching off for batting and just concentrating on that rather than a captaincy?
I guess so, but we've got a team of guys that have been there and done it and performed well, so I can still focus on my own game and then guys can fill in and do their roles, and I'm confident that we've got a team to go a long way in the competition.
But James Bracey is itching to get going, isn't he? He's been watching a lot of cricket. He's been scoring runs when he has played, but obviously you haven't seen much of him yet.
He has, yeah. I sent him a few messages last week. Obviously he came down a couple of days ago. He's itching to get into it, obviously having not played for about a year. So it's great to have him back. He's been in the England bubble, surrounding some great coaches, and he's ready and raring to go.
Took the catch as well off Joe Root. I mean, whenever he's been called upon by England, whether it's an intra-squad game or as a subfielder like the other day, he's stepped up, and that seems to be the mark of it.
He does, and he's done that the same with us. Each time he got picked in a different format, he delivered almost straight away. So he's taken it like a duck to water, and he'll put in the performances and be a big part for us this year.
And just gone back to the Blast, it's pretty open, isn't it, this year? Do you see any favourites?
I don't. We've just been, focusing on our own stuff. We know we're a decent side. If we can play to our strengths, we're going to put ourselves in a good position. But there's no weak teams in it, so we're just going to have to pitch up and put in a good show each time.
Will this be the one competition that you really miss the fans? Obviously, supporters are a vital cog in the 4-day as well, but when it's a packed Bristol, when the floodlights are on, there's nothing quite like it.
There isn't. I mean, the last few years it's just been amazing. It gets better year on year, so it's obviously frustrating, but it is what it is. Every team's in the same boat. We're going to have to find our own internal motivations, but I'm sure the boys are going to cope fine, and we're going to put a good stint in.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Top man. Cheers, Jack.
Cheers. Thank you.